Today is about one idea: exponential growth. It feels slow until it suddenly becomes huge. The paper to the moon example is not a trick, it's clean math that shows where our intuition breaks. And this matters beyond puzzles. The same pattern appears in epidemics, social media, and money. So, what is exponential growth? It's when something doesn't add the same amount each step. It multiplies by the same factor over equal times interval. If it doubles each step, then after n steps, it becomes 2 to the power of n times larger. N equals n0 times 2 to the n. The key point is that growth accelerates because you keep multiplying a bigger and bigger base. Now, to the paper to the moon idea. A typical sheet of paper is about 0.1 millimeters thick. Each fold doubles the thickness. So after 42 folds, the thickness of 0.1 millimeters times 2 to the 42, that is about 4.4 times 10 to the 11 millimeters, which is about 440,000 kilometers. That's larger than average distance to the moon, which is about 84,000 kilometers. The math is correct. Physically, folding a normal sheet that many times is basically impossible. But the doubling principle is very real. The same mechanism can be scary in epidemics. If one infected person infects 2 people per day, and each of them does the same, the numbers look manageable at first. But then, day 10 is about 1,000, day 20 is about 1 million, day 30 is about 1 billion. The takeaway is simple. The most effective actions are early actions. Small delays at the start become huge problems later. Now, the friendly version of the same math: compound interest. There is a simple rule called the rule of 72. Doubling time is roughly 72 divided by the interest rate in percent. At 7% per year, your money doubles in about 10 years. Starting early matters a lot. Starting at 25 instead of 35 can easily give you one extra doubling by retirement. And one doubling means twice as much. People often attribute a famous quote about this to Einstein. The attribution is unclear, but the idea is solid. Time matters more than brilliant moves. A classic intuition trap is a wheat and chessboard story. On the first square, 1 grain, on the second, 2, on the third, 4, doubling on every square. There are 64 squares. The total becomes 2 to the 64 minus 1 grain. It sounds like a small request, but the result is enormous. It's the pure power of doubling. Virality works the same way. It's branching. If 10 people share a video and each bring 10 more, then after 6 rounds, you reach 1 million views. Social platforms try to maximize that sharing factor. A small increase in sharing can create a massive difference downstream. So going viral, it's not magic. It's exponential growth in network. But here's an important caveat. Nothing grows exponentially forever. Resources run out, markets saturate, audience get exhausted, and constraints appear. So growth slows down. In real life, growth often follows an S-curve. It looks exponential early on, then it bends, and eventually it levels off. The skill is not only to recognize exponential growth, but also to understand when limits will start bending the curve. Two key tools. First, the exponential formula. N of t equals n0 times r to the power of t. n0 is the starting amount, r is a growth factor per period, and t is the number of periods. Second, a quick estimate. Doubling time is about 70 divided by the growth rate in percent. And one intuition test. A colony doubles every 20 minutes. If the container is full at noon, when was it half full? Many people say much earlier, but the correct answer is 11:40, exactly one doubling before full. Main takeaway. Exponential growth is a blind spot for the human intuition. We think linearly, but many systems grow exponentially. Diseases, technologies, audience, and money. The most important moment is early, when the numbers still look small. That's when action or investment has the biggest impact. And the paper to the moon story is not a trick, it's math. And once you see it, you can start noticing exponential patterns everywhere.